Hi everyone, myself Bidyutlata Sahoo, working as an assistant professor in the Department of CSC, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today I am going to discuss about the introduction about robotics and its different types of robots on the course Applied Artificial Intelligence. These are the topics to be discussed. First, I will discuss what is the meaning of robotics and what is the difference between robot and robotics. Then key goals of robotics and the definition of robot. Then I will give the brief introduction about the robotics. Then essential characteristics of robots will discuss. Then difference between the robots and artificial intelligence. Then I'll discuss different types of robot as well as few uses, advantages and limitations or the disadvantages of robot. This is the topic learning outcome for this introduction to robotics. After the completion of this topic, students can understand the fundamental concepts of robotics and classify the robots based on their structure and functions. Okay, what is the meaning of robotics? So robotics, it is a branch of engineering and computer science. Here the branch of engineering means it is not a single engineering branch. It combines the different field of engineering like mechanical engineering, electrical engineering and computer science engineering. So it involves the design, construction, operation and uses of robots. So that is why robotics means robotics, it is a branch, whereas robot is a physical device or it is a machine. So robotics, it involves the construction. This branch involves the construction or the design of the robot or the operation and how to use the robot that we will understand. So robots are the programmable machine specifically programmed to carry out a complex series of tasks without any human intervention. Why they are called as programmable machines? Because all the hardware components of the robot are configured with the help of software. That is why they are programmable machine. Based upon the instruction, whatever the program is written backend of the hardware, based on the instruction, robot's components will work. Either the robot will move or the robot will move backward or the robot will grip the upset. So all these operations are possible because of the software. So both software and hardware are responsible for the construction of the robot. Now, what is robotics? So the main goal of the robotics is to create the intelligent machines. That is the goal because our intention in artificial intelligence, this is the robotics is one of the application. So robotics is responsible to create the intelligent machine which can perform the action or which can behave like a human being. Robotics aim to improve the efficiency, safety and the quality of life as it can automate our tasks, thereby it can increase the efficiency, it can give the safety to the human being as well as it can give the quality of life also. These are the key goals of the robotics. A few key goals I have mentioned over here. I hope you can understand. The first one is the automation and efficiency. Second one is performing dangerous tasks. Third one is enhancing human capabilities. Fourth one, exploring unreachable environments. Fifth one, advancing artificial intelligence and machine learning as well as, and the sixth one, improving everyday life. So automation and efficiency. The meaning of the word automation means how it automates our task. So basically, if you consider the area of manufacturing or the logistic, robots are used to automate or to handle numerous tasks without the human intervention. They do not take the help of human knowledge. Also, they used to do the work autonomously or independently without interacting with the human being. Thereby, it increases the productivity of the organization as well as it reduces the cost in terms of different resources. Now, second one is performing dangerous tasks. The robots can perform difficult tasks which we human being cannot do. That means for human being, with the place which is more dangerous, like the mining place or the nuclear bomb disposal place, it is very dangerous for the human being. So there we can send the robot to perform or to carry out the task. Then enhancing the human capabilities, it can perform, like if you take the example of the medical sector or the health sector, it diagnose the diseases based upon the previous report. Okay, so this is thereby it increases the human capabilities, as well as it explore the unreachable environments. Unreachable environment means the environment which is not reachable easily by the user, like undersea exploration, Mars over, going to the space. So all these spaces are immediately not reachable by the human being. So that is why robots are used to explore the undersea water exploration, as well as it can move to the space to perform all the tasks what we need. And as well as it advancing AI and machine learning. Nowadays in robot, artificial intelligence and machine learning concepts are used so that they can perform or they can learn by themselves automatically, as well as they can adapt to the environment, means adapt to the changing environment. So based upon the environment, they can perform their task. As well as it improves the everyday life. It improves the everyday life means how we use the robot in our personal life. Like we used to use the robotic vacuum cleaner to clean our home. So even we used to use small, like kids are using the talking robots. They can, that is the entertainment robot. So like these different types of robots are there which we used to use in our day-to-day life. So these are the key goals of the robotics. Now, this is the definition of the robot. A robot is a reprogrammable, multifunctional manipulator designed to move material, parts, tools, or specialized devices through variable programmed motions for performance of a variety of tasks. This particular definition was given by the Robot Institute of America. I have highlighted 3 words here. A robot is a reprogrammable. Why it is called as reprogrammable? Initially I told it is a programmable device which can be configured with the help of software, and it is also reprogrammable. That means what? Whenever, depending upon the changing of environment, if the robot is working in the dynamic environment, in that case, depending upon the situation, the task needs to be different, or the task needs to be changed by the robot. And once the task is changed, how it would be configured? So the program automatically it should be changed, or the functionality it should be changed automatically because of this advanced technology, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So that is why it is called as reprogrammable. And multifunctional, it's not only it is fixed for a single function, like our washing machine. Washing machine, it is used to wash the clothes. Apart from that, nothing else the washing machine will do. Same thing here, but in case of the robot can perform different types of tasks, whether it is a fixed robot or whether it is a movable robot. That depends upon the situation or the domain where it is working. So multiple functions are performed by the robot, as well as multifunctional manipulator. What is the meaning of manipulator here? Robot is having the mechanical arm joints. So because of the mechanical arm joints, which likes our hand, how we can hold the object with our hand and we can move the object from one place to another place. Same thing, manipulators mechanical arms are used by the robot to perform the task, like picking the object, tightening the screw. All these things it can be performed by the manipulator. So that is why robot is a reprogrammable multifunctional manipulator which is designed to move the material, parts, tools or specialized devices through variable programmed motions for the performance of a variety of tasks. This is the picture which I have given. It looks like it is a one type of robot. The construction of the robot, look and feel of the robot, that varies from domain to domain. Now, robots are the physical agents that perform the task by manipulating the physical world. They are the physical agent actually, because it looks like a human being. The appearance of the robot looks like a human being. So they are the physical agent. The agent means the object which can perform the task. Now the robot can perform the task. That is why it is called as agent, because it is having the capability to receive the information from the environment, to receive the information, as well as it can produces the output, as well as they can be physically present on a space or on a particular location. That is why it is called as the physical agent. So robots are equipped with various components. These are the components. One is the actuators, sensors, control systems, and power supply. These are the components, we can say, main components of the robot. Actuator is the component which is used to perform the action. That is why the name is called as actuator. Either it can perform the transitional movement or it can perform the rotational movement. So two types of actions the robotic arm can perform with the help of these actuators. Sensors are used like input devices. Through the sensors, the robot can perceive the information from the outside world. So based upon the informations, then actuator will perform the task. Either it will move in the forward direction, means in any direction. If it is a 2D space, it can move along x-axis, or else it can move along y-axis. If it is a 3D plane, then it can move in all the three directions, as well as the rotation around all the axes is called. So three types of rotations are there: rotation about x-axis, rotation about y-axis, and rotation about z-axis. And the control system, the system which controls the complete functionality of the robot, as well as other components of the robots like activities, sensors, and power supply. So control system acts as the brain of the robot, or which is called as the CPU, which perform all the processing tasks, as well as it coordinates all different parts of the robot. And power supply, ultimately power is required to make the robot functional. Either the robot may need alternate current power or direct current power, or sometimes the robot takes the power from the solar sources or from light sources. So that depends where the robot is working on, what is the configuration of the robot, what is the structure of the robot. Depending on that, the power supply will be provided to the robot, so that it can be functional, as well as it can make other parts of the robot to be functional. Now, let me discuss one by one all the characteristics of the robot. The first characteristics of the robot is sensing. The second characteristics is the movement, means to perform the actions. That means it is enabled by the actuators. Third one is the energy, and fourth one is the intelligence. So let me discuss one by one all the characteristics of the robot. First one is the sensing. The robot should be able to sense its surroundings, and that is only possible with the help of sensors. As I discussed, sensor is one of the component in the robot which can sense or which can receive the input from the surroundings. So sensing is the operation. This is the characteristics which is performed by the robot to sense the environment, and that is possible because of the sensors. Based on the application of the robotics, it uses different types of sensors. Now, what are the different types of sensors are used? It may be the light sensors, like it acts like our human being eye, and it may be the touch and pressure sensor like our hands. It may be the hearing or the sound sensor or the sonar sensor which acts like our ears, and it may be the chemical sensors which can sense or which can recognize the smell, that is like our nose, and the taste sensor which it is like our tongue. So as human body is having 5 sense organs, same thing here, not 5 different types of, many more than 5 sensors are there. Maybe light, maybe touch or pressure sensor, or sonar sensor, or chemical sensor, or taste sensor. That depends upon where the robot is working. Now, second characteristic is the movement. After sensing all the data or the information from the environment through the sensors, it can able to perform the action through the actuators. So a robot needs to be able to move around its environment, whether by rolling the wheels or walking or skating. So how can robot will move? Robot, either it can walk, or it can move through the wheels, or it can skate. So actuators are responsible, which looks like our hands or legs of the robot, to do the task on the environment. Then the third part is energy. So a robot needs to be able to power itself, which depends upon its power resources like batteries, power generator, or fuels. So after all, the physical device, if we keep in any domain, it may not work. So to make all the components functional, energy is needed in the form of light, or in the form of sound, or in the form of solar energy, or in the form of current. So that current we may get from the batteries, direct current or alternate current, or power generator fuel. So energy is must to make the robot functional. And the fourth component is intelligence. We human being have intelligence by birth. Same thing, but robot is not intelligent by birth, or whenever it is built by the user. We have to make the robot intelligent. So intelligent means it reason about the event. So because of the intelligence, how we can understand a particular situation and will try to find out the solution. Same thing, intelligence should be incorporated inside the robot so that it can understand, means it can reason about the facts and rules, as well as it can produces the output. It makes the plan using algorithms implemented in computer programs. A robot needs to be intelligent and smart, which is only possible by the programmer person. So here this is very important. Here the programmer person, the person who is configuring all the hardware devices of the robot, that person is responsible to make the system intelligent, or to make the robot intelligent and smart. A robot will have some machine learning algorithms to reason the events, to make the decisions and implementations. So while making the robot intelligent, we can apply some algorithms, or we can incorporate some artificial intelligence techniques, so that robot can learn by itself, as well as it can be adaptable to the situation if it is a dynamic environment. Now, what is the difference between robot and artificial intelligence? I have discussed what is the meaning of robot, and what is robotics, and what are the essential characteristics of the robot. Now we'll discuss what is the difference between robot and artificial intelligence. You might be thinking both the terms are related to AI, so it may be both the terms may be same, but it is not same. Robots are the hardware, whereas AI is a software. So why the robot is called as a hardware device? Because it is the physical existence of the robot is there. Okay, so, but for all the hardware, to make the hardware functional, anyway software is needed. But overall, robot is a hardware or the physical agent, whereas AI, artificial intelligence, is a software component, because our knowledge, how our brain mimics, or how our brain understand the same concepts, we are applying to the machine, so that machine can understand, and machine can be intelligent and smart, and machine can perform the action. That is why all these informations, all these knowledge were transferring to the machine to make the system intelligent, so that machine will not interact with the human being, and it can perform the task automatically. So that is why it is called as software. AI is a software. Now, different types of robots, or types of robots, or else it is also called as the communicating agent, because robots can communicate with another robot, or even it can communicate with the environment also. So the alternate name for the robot, they are called as the communication agents. Most of the today's robots fall into one of the three primary categories. One is the manipulators, or the robotic arm. The second one is the mobile robot, and third one is the mobile manipulators. So manipulators are nothing but the mechanical arms, or the robotic arms. Mobile robots, the robots which can move, they are called as the mobile robots. And if the robots acquire the properties of both the manipulators and the mobile robot, they are called as mobile manipulators. So first one will discuss the manipulator, or the robotic arm. Here I have given one picture of the robotic arm. It is an industrial robotic manipulator for skating the bags on a pallet. Here, what are the properties, or how it looks like? It looks like this, as it is given on the screen. Means it is fixed at a particular place. Only the arm can be moved. That is why they are called as manipulators. Manipulators means the mechanical arm. The arm which is having several joints, because of the joints, the robot can move, robot can hold the object, robot can move from one robot, the place, it will not change its place, but arm can move like forward or backward, or in any angular movement it can perform the action. So it is fixed in one place. For example, especially it is used in the factories or the space stations, and it uses the controllable joints for precise positioning. This is called as the robotic arm, this one. So this joint can move in this direction, or in the forward direction, or in the backward direction, or in angular direction also. This is angular direction, it may take the angle theta also. Even this is also an angular direction, it may take the angle theta. And that angular movement, that depends upon the displacement as well as the velocity at that particular moment of time. Anyways, I'll discuss in the further topics. And it is common in manufacturing and some art creation, especially it is used in the hospital, surgical assistant, and industrial robots. Where, so basically manipulators means they are the mechanical arms. The arm can move because of the joints. These joints can move either in x direction or y direction or z direction, or in many directions, as well as it can take the angular movement also. Now the second type of robot is the mobile robot. Mobile robots move about their environment using wheels, legs, and similar mechanism. So these are the applications of the mobile robot, as it can move from one place to another place. They can deliver the food in the hospitals. They can move the container at the docks. They can explore the Mars like Mars rovers. Even it is used for surveillance and military UAVs. And even it is used for underwater exploration AUVs, and domestic use like our robotic vacuum cleaner. So these are the applications. So all these robots, as they move from one place to another place, that is why the name is called as mobile robots. Now you can see the picture of the mobile robot. The first one is the legged robot, and the second one is the wheeled robot. Why it is called legged robot? The robot, first of all, robot, it is a mechanical device or the physical agent which is having the legs and like our human being, and it can move from one place to another place to perform the action. Whether it can perform the action in the hospital, or it can perform the action in any industries. Similarly, the another picture which is a wheeled robot. Here the in place of leg, wheels are there which can move from one place to another place by rotating the wheels. That is why it is called as wheeled robot. And another picture is given, autonomous figure 5, autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs. Especially it is used for undersea exploration, where the human being cannot be reachable very quickly. Even Mars rovers also, it can move to the Mars. So this is one kind of robot. Another one is there, unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. Especially it is used in the military services. Even it is used for agriculture to spray the pesticides over the plants. So in many important tasks, it can perform both AUVs and UAVs, where human being cannot be reachable. And third type of robot is the mobile robot. It is the combination of the first one and the second one. So that is why it is called as mobile robot. So it combines the mobility with the manipulation, and it is often called as a mobile manipulator. So broader reach but less stability because of the mobility. Example is the humanoid robot, because the appearance of the robot looks like a human being. For example, the Honda's humanoid robot, Honda's P3 and Asimov's humanoid robot. So it looks like the appearance of the robot is looking like a human being, and they can perform almost all the tasks like a human being. Also, it can walk, it can move, it can hold, all the things it can perform. Now, apart from these three, some other applications are also there. The field of robotics also includes the prosthetic devices like artificial limbs, eyes, and ears for human. Nowadays, in many like in healthcare, all these things are used, the prosthetic devices. And intelligent environments like sensor equipped the smart spaces. Like if you can take the example of the hotels. In almost in all the hotels, the rooms are equipped with sensors. If you open the door, automatically the lights gets on, and if you close the door, automatically lights get switched off. And if you like without pressing the your ACs, automatically gets on if the temperature comes down. So if the temperature is very high, and depending upon the type of temperature inside in the room, automatically the temperature of AC gets more it will be high or low. So because of this because of the sensors, so those type of environment is called as intelligent environment because of the robotics. And multi-body systems means swarm of small cooperating robots. In many environment, many robots, they work together, they cooperate with each other to perform a single task. Then that is called as multi-body systems. Okay, so these are few more applications apart from those three. Now let me discuss what are the uses of robot, where the robots are used. Robots are used in vehicles, even it is used in car factories. Basically, if you understand the car factories, many parts are there in a car. We know many small parts are there, but all the small parts are not possible for a human being to fix it. So nowadays, for the production of like massive cars within a short span of time, because of the target of the organization, robots are used instead of human being, which can do all the assembling, and it can do all the task of in car factories as well as for the vehicles also. It is used to mount the circuits on the electronic devices like the mobile phone. If you see the mobile phone, the chip of the mobile phone is very small, and all the components inside the chip which is not visible to our naked eyes. So for those chip, the development or the configuration of the chips, the robots are used, which can mount the circuits on the electronic device. Even it is also used for to work where there might be a danger situation like nuclear leaks or bomb disposal. Like even it is also used for search and rescue operation. Like if any disaster happens like earthquake, it can save the life of human being. Even it can perform all the actions like a human. And it is also used in the healthcare, like surgeons are performing the robotic surgeries to avoid the jiggles and movement in microscopically aided surgery or brain surgery. These surgeries are very like critical brain surgery especially. So there nowadays robots are helping to the doctors. Even without the help also, robots are performing the surgeries. Even it is used to deliver the mails to various mail stations throughout the building if the corporation is very large. And the last one is the toy robots. These are called as the entertainment robots, which are used by the kids, like the dancing robot or the talking robots. These are very famous nowadays. All the kids are using. This is the picture you can see where we used to use the robots. The first one, jobs that are dangerous for human being. This robot especially, it is used in the dangerous environment where where the people or the human being cannot go, like for nuclear bomb disposal or in military operation also. Even in the it can be used inside the mining. Even it is used for exploration, means extracting the valuable materials from the earth. So those kind of robots like dangerous environment, this kind of robots are useful. This is called as the welding robot, or it is used in the manufacturing or logistic. These are called as the mobile manipulator. Sorry, these are called as the manipulators, because they are fixed at a particular place. They will not move. Only the arms will move for welding or lifting or moving the parts from one place to another place. That is why they are called as welding robots. Especially the task of the welding robot to weld the machines. And this is another uses, the scrub mate robot. Now people are hesitate to clean their washrooms. For cleaning the washrooms also nowadays robots are people used to use. These are the few advantages of the robot, like they are flexible. Depending upon our work, depending upon the changing environment, they can work and they can increase the productivity of the organization. Quality of the improvement, definitely it will be increased. They can work for 24/7 where human being may get tired. handling complex and dangerous tasks. Robots can perform complex and dangerous tasks, and robots can perform or it can increase the efficiency of the organizations without interacting with the human being. It improves the precision and accuracy. That means it can give the correct output instead of human being. Even it can give the output maybe good precision with good accuracy compared to the human being. Enhance the safety. How it can enhance the safety, where it can handle all the dangerous tasks where human being cannot be reachable. Thereby it increases the safety for the human being, as well as it reduces the cost for the organization. How it can reduces the cost of organization? In place of 10 members, if a single robot can work, or in place of 100 members, if a robot can perform all the tasks, thereby it can decreases the cost of the organization. So these are the few advantages, and these are very common. I hope you can understand and you can elaborate. Second one, what are the disadvantages of the robot? Robot needs a high power of supply. Yes, it is as it is a mechanical, electrical, and computer science, or a physical device or physical agent. To make all the components of the robot functional, it needs high power supply. So that is why this is one of the drawback, because at any situation power may not be provided. So that is why, as power need is very high, that is one of the drawback of the robot. People can lose the job in factories. Nowadays it is happening. I think you might have known, because of the robot people are losing their jobs. It needs maintenance to keep it functional. Yes, definitely it needs 24/7 maintenance, because it is a mechanical and physical device. It costs a lot of money to make or buy a robot, as they are very expensive. Definitely they are very expensive to buy. Initial investment, it will be too costly for the organization. So these are the few advantages, but if you compare the disadvantages, advantages are more. So that is why nowadays almost all the organizations, they are using the robotic. So for the preparation of this video, I have referred this book, Russell and Novick book, which is available in Amazon website. For your reference, I kept the picture on the screen so that you can recognize and you can purchase from the Amazon. So I hope you might have understood what is the introduction about the robotics I discussed, what is the meaning of robots and robotics. So next class I will discuss about the robotic hardware. So till then, take care. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.